just look at this one here, boys. We give away free for touching it on the ground, alright? But next thing we need to come alive. Quiet, man. Look at your man gone. Okay, and there's a couple of lads static there standing up. Quick ball into the forward line, and that's your man still there. Quiet, man. You haven't met up the ground yet because you reacted too late. Okay, now you did make it back there. They end up getting a free. We can't be afford to fucking go and sleep when there's a free given away. So we've been talking about that coming alive when the ball goes dead. Now I just want you to have a look at this one, boys. We're in attack here, right? There's very little movement, but like there's lads standing up there. Like how are you supposed to affect the play if you're standing up and walking around like that? There should be a bit more movement and eagerness to get involved in the attack. Right, Owen, you drop one short and then just look at your body language. The head is down. We can see there's men over there making the move. We should be making that move over there to cut that off. Okay, we're walking. Some of us are just above walking pace. Owen, you're still walking there. Jimmy is starting to move back there now. Okay, still, look at this. This is pathetic. Nidge, I know you're worried about your man there. He's not affecting the play there. And that's an atrocious attempt to get back as well. Have to be getting back quicker than that. Okay? And all of a sudden, we drop a ball short into the keeper's hand. And yes, it goes wide here. But they went down the field untouched due to lack of work rate in the forward line. Again, ball goes in here. There's a break. Right, Jimmy's there. But Quiet, man, you need to be reacting a small bit quicker there as well. Okay, we need to be working a bit harder, boys. Look at it again here. There's a couple. Nigel, you're walking there in the corner of the screen, and by the time you react, it's too late, and they're straight down the field. Okay, and again, this is just another incidence of them getting the ball at one end of the field and working it to the opposite end. Way too easy, without a hand being put on. We need to be working much harder in our forward line to stop them getting that ball out. Okay, there should be no easy outs for any team, and that starts this Saturday. Let's look at this next one. Ball, right, sent out over the line. So it's our ball. Okay. Is there much movement for a man that's taking the line ball for us? No, but Jimmy's moving there. Connor's moving there. And then we have a poor ball kicked in. Alright? And we're overturned. Watch. Let's look at our effort now to try and get a hit in or to try and get a tackle in or try and tackle back. So Nidge is working there a small bit. Okay, but is our effort good enough? Look at the runners coming over on the left hand side of the field now. Who's tracking them? How have there so many men, you know, coming down the left hand side? Where's the fellas that's tracking them? And it's just, I think we need to push up and engage a bit quicker. They're just able to move the ball so much easier from back to forward than we are. Okay, here's the one where Scooby tried to play that ball. And then look at the body language. Look how many of us are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players were inside our 45. Still only 4 of them gone back past it. We just have to get back with a small bit more urgency in this scenario. Alright? Just the work rate in the forward line, getting back. We have a defensive part of the game that we need to be working on too. And at the minute, it's probably just not where it needs to be. Like, how is this possible? Letting a man get a ball so simple in the middle of the field, and then an overlap. Jimmy, you reacted way too slow in following him. So we just need to be more alert to that, and the work rate has to go up. This video now has popped up in a couple of instances. So Jimmy Corbett does really well to get the ball down here. We hand the ball to Owen. Ball is given to Quiet Man and we lose it. And then it's just our effort to try and get back and cover what's right. Right, so Jimmy's walking, Owen's walking, Paddy makes a burst back, Quiet Man is just above walking pace. Okay, Scooby misses a tackle, and then all of a sudden you're walking, Scooby, triggers effort to get back. You react very quick there, but before that you were just jogging. That work rate just isn't good enough for championship football, boys. If we get turned over in the forward line, we have to make a bigger effort to try and get back and try and win the ball back before it gets to the opposite end of the field. Again, there's a ball that we were in control of at one end of the field, and now it's down the other end of the field without much hassle. Okay, so the work rate just has to be better. And then in this instance, work rate going the other way. Are we moving? Are we giving an option for the player on the ball? Okay, so we're going over and back. We're static at the back. I've talked about this. Somebody needs to make a line break. Paddy Kenny, you should be going hard for that ball there now and giving him an option, and you're not. Okay, so work rate is poor defensively, but at times it's actually very poor in an attacking sense as well, with the lack of movement. Which is more the same here, right? First of all, they get on a break and they waltz through 3 or 4 of us there really simply. Okay, and then there's space. Like, well, where's these two men on the right hand side of the field coming from? How is the runners like that? And they switch sides again. Jimmy, you react way too slow to that. You should be back a lot quicker than that. We have to be reacting quicker to the danger. We have to be communicating better. We have to be talking. Somebody's seen that danger and then didn't let somebody else know about it. So we have to talk to each other and we have to get back to it a lot quicker. And this one, a poor ball down the centre and the ball is given away. And just watch this, boys. Okay? Scooby, have your back turned. Okay, you're giving out to the man that put the ball in. Alright? And let's just look at our effort again. There's the man that won the ball 10 seconds ago, not even. And look where he is now in acres of space. So how has nobody tracked that run? Okay, Paddy, you're jogging back. Nigel, you know, if you had made a bit quicker burst, Nigel, you were there where that man got the ball a second ago. Okay, so we just need to be making a stronger effort to get back. Some of us, we're going back, but we're going through the motions going back. We're just jogging back, and it looks like you're going back, and it's you're nearly fooling us on the sideline. Oh look, there's Nigel, he's going back, or there's Gary, or whoever, they're going back. But are you going back with conviction? That's the question. Are you affecting the play going back? And a lot of the time here, boys, we're not. Look at the amount of men standing up there again. And we have a man getting on a ball in acres of space here in our attacking half. How was that good enough? So what this video is showing us, boys, and we need to learn from this, when we get turned over, when our forward line gets turned over, and it happens quite regular, boys, how are they able to go from one end of the field to the other so simply? And by the time they get down to our defence, they have a run of steam up on us. Okay, and there's a very simple score popped over the bar, and that came from them turning us over at the other end of the field, waltzing down the field without a hand being put on them. Right, this one. Look at the men that's around this breaking ball. And who's the men that bursts away from that breaking ball? Look at all the Kilmore men fucking flying away. Look at giving themselves little overlaps. Where's our men that was in that little thing? Jogging back again. Fucking some of us walk. Okay, not good enough. This one then is for our backs and an attack in a sense. Look at us all standing back there, static, right? And Quiet Man gets the ball here. We should have a back coming off the fucking shoulder there taking that ball, not having Jimmy Corbett, our wing forward, having to pick the ball up where he is. Because now we're in a situation where we've got a forward less in the forward line. Okay? And that just makes it even harder to get that ball up there, to win the ball. So just a bit more urgency coming out from the back. I probably should have kept this video going a small bit longer, boys, but I'm conscious of time. But look, we get turned over at the back, and look at all of our boys static in that corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 lads on the other side. 4, 5, 6, 7, and another man after standing up. That's 8 men standing up on the forward line, not tracking that ball, and went down to the opposite end of the field, untouched. Here we are again, we got turned over on our forward line. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, another man standing up, 4, 2 lads over the far side, jogging back. Like, is this good enough to try and win the ball back? And again, watch Kilmore go from the one end of the field to the other with relative ease. Because the effort that we're putting in, there's no fucking short little sprints or bursts to try and fucking get to a man. Look at the fella waltzing down the other side of the field. Like, they just, look, how, Luke, how are we giving him that much space in front of you? Like, what's going on? Like, where's our touch tight? Like, that man had fucking 7 yards space in you. It's not good enough. Like, we're getting turned over in our forward line, guys, repeatedly. And we're just, the video showing us, boys, we are not working hard at all to try and win the ball back. And it's so simple for the opposition to just go from one end of the field to the other. Here was another instance we talked about earlier. Serious lack of movement for a fella taking a free. In a time in a game when it was important that we kept the ball. Okay, and now we go into the Strokestown game. And you'll see here, it's boys, it's a lot more the same. So here they are now on an attack. And I have to say, in the first half in this game, the defence was fucking really, really good. And we were working back, and this might be an example of good stuff. Look, everybody's coming back, everybody's talking. We can do it. We showed in that first half against Strokestown that we're actually brilliant. Look at this for work rate from one fella. That's the stuff we need, boys. So this first half, the first half against Strokestown was absolutely phenomenal. Okay, everything we want you doing, we were doing right. Okay, which proved to us that we are able to do it. So again, here they are on an attack. Okay, but we have our numbers back, but we're doing it. I wanted to talk about that actually. Quiet Man, I'm going to rewind this back on the night. I'm just saying this to remind myself. Look at your little gamble that gave up that goal chance. In the last video analysis thing we done, we talked about letting teams take quick frees. Jesus Christ almighty, that fella didn't even have to move. He got the ball in 10 yards of space, and he's able to give a ball off the shoulder to somebody that's coming from deep and not being tracked. Them things are criminal, boys. We can't be doing that. And it's a goal chance. If Psycho makes a great save, but that comes from lack of work rate further out the field. Okay, and a lack of awareness in knowing where every man is when the ball goes dead. Like when that free was given that time. Look at this. Who's number 14? Conor Mullery. Like, we were just after letting that number 12 walls through, and you're standing there. And look, they have an overlap. Now you're walking the other way. Wally, you're walking back. Like, that's nowhere near good enough. And this was in a really good half of defending. Just showing you that we still made mistakes even in that half of defending. Okay? Here later. Watch. They get the ball and they're working. Now we have a few lads jogging back, but as I said earlier, there's a thing about getting back, and there's you know the way you're doing it, and there's getting back effectively. Are we doing it effectively? That's the question I ask you. Because some of us there, we're jogging and we're making an effort to go back, but the effort is fucking minimal, and we're not affecting this. And they waltz the ball, like, look at that. They got scores so handy at the start of that second half. They went from one end of the field to the other, and there wasn't even a hand left on it. Not one hand. Okay, let's look at that again. They turn us over. Let's see how many hands are left in a stroke some man before they go from one end of the field to the other. Okay, so we're getting a hit in there. But here we are, we've gone past the halfway. Here's a man that wasn't tracked. He goes round you. Okay, at least we're putting in tackles there. Okay, and they have men over. And all of a sudden, that ball is over the bar. And again, that's just down to lack of work rate, lack of effort in the tackle as the ball is moving for the opposition from back to front. So we have to improve on that big time. Again, look at the easiness of this score. Bad ball by us, we're turned over in our forward line.
Keep going, Paddy Kelly, keep going!
6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds later the ball is over the bar taps and in the field. It's too easy, way too easy. A big improvement here in this one, but still a long way to go. We get turned over again very simply. We're going down the centre. We have a lot of lads. Look at you, Nigel, where you are, and there's a good few lads in there. It's hard to see against strokes on because of the colours of the jerseys. But at least we're getting a tackle in there. If you're going to foul, that's a good place to foul. So at least Twiggy's getting a tackle in there. It's a lot better. Okay, and we're starting to filter back. But again, how was that quick free allowed to be taken there? And here you are now, Nigel, too quick to react to that. You should have been up on his hole. That quick free should never be. And look, this fellow waltzes through. Absolutely zero pressure coming here, right? Quiet man, a bit of talk, and then gets a hit in. And that's a harsh free. But again, what I like is you actually are getting the hit in. So that was much better. At least they didn't waltz down the field and pop over another simple score. Sort of got our second win here at the end of the game. Look, we have our numbers back, which is brilliant. Like, but the one thing I'll say is when we do get our numbers back, and we've done it okay here now, we do have to burst forward as well. We can't just fucking stay sitting back there. Okay, so we do need the numbers going forward as well, and we're doing it quite well here. Sloppy ball puts us under a bit of pressure, but much better overall. Okay, we had our numbers back, the talk was back, and then, you know, we were starting to push out again.